So finally got that new IPA. Finally got one.
That's right.
Had to wait. Oh, we're back. We're live.
Oh,
Oh,
welcome
wow.
back to the show.
Didn't see you there.
Welcome back to the Life Chaser podcast. Here with two amigos.
Two amigos.
Yeah,
We're down one chimney sweeper.
that's right. He's all right. He will
He'll be
Had a-
back.
had a busy day, so the two amigos.
Yeah, right before we came here, finally got to taste that new IPA.
Yeah, tell us about it, Cole.
New IPA at Dan Brew House. It is called F3. Too soon? Maybe. Maybe not. But it's good. It's regular IPA, not hazy. First one we've done. We've been going for about 3 years. We've never done a normal IPA.
There's been a lot of people yelling for a regular IPA. Tell us what the difference between our hazy and I'd say, East Coast IPA.
Yeah, so we got our hazy, which is very citrusy and sweet and not bitter at all. Whereas the new one we have, it's bitter. We do dry hop it, so you get a little bit of that, what people call grapefruit sort of flavor. But this one is normal. You're going to get the bitter. Going to be kind of a punch in the face on the flavor and all that good stuff, but good. Solid. Very similar to, for example, Dry Grounds 37 Flood.
Yeah.
Not the same, but reminiscent.
I was there this weekend and had some people drinking it. Of course, one guy in particular really wanted it, and he said it tasted. He had memories of Hop Slam off of it.
Talking about Johnny?
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. He said, "Well, it's got a Hop Slam feel to it."
Yeah.
I've been Hop Slammed a few times.
Yeah. Well, I didn't get one this last time we had it on tap. Oh, Hop Slam. It will slam you.
So does the F3 and the hazy has different hops? Can you remember?
There's one hop in common. So the hazy is Amarillo and Mosaic with just a little bit of Centennial. And the F3 is all Mosaic and Nugget. And the Nugget is in the Hindsight
Right.
hazy that we've done.
Yeah.
It's been a little while since we've done it.
Good beer.
I love the Nugget hop. It's very fruity, very citrusy, and awesome. Kind of got it. Maybe I probably Googled something, got it, ordered it. We used it in the Hindsight, loved it. So we've used it a couple times since then, here and there. And I think, no, we didn't. But yeah, it's good. It's really good.
It's a stellar beer.
I
Solid.
was happy with it. I had to wait. It went
Yeah.
on tap right as I was going into my weekend night shifts.
Yeah.
Ooh.
You think it'll be a staple yet? Have y'all made
At this point, everything is just a matter of keeping up. So we'll definitely brew it again. We'll definitely try to keep it on tap. It's very likely it will run out, but it's also very likely it will be back soon after it runs out.
Good deal.
Yeah.
Good beer. It's like a 100% success rate on making good beer.
100% on not dumping them out. Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
What else has been up?
Well, still on the beer, so we rebrewed our West Kentucky IPA collab with Dry Ground.
That's right.
This is a hazy style IPA, but it is got a bunch of corn in it. Hazy IPAs typically have some oats or wheat to get that haze and a little bit of flavor, but also in this case we have a bag of, it's like we've changed it. The first rendition was half barley, like typical beers, and then the other half was made up of corn, wheat, oats. This go around, because it was the collab and we were gonna workshop some ideas so that we could then split ways and then brew, quote, West Kentucky IPAs. This one has more corn, less barley. So this one is half corn.
Okay.
And then the rest is barley, wheat, oats.
That's what most people probably don't understand. You got it.
Yeah.
There's an East Coast IPA and a West Coast IPA, and so the idea came up to make a West Kentucky IPA that's never been done.
Yeah.
You know,
we kind of like shot at the beginning. We were talking about calling it Midwest, but talking to Corey from Dry Ground, we honed it into just West Kentucky,
West Kentucky
and I love
IPA.
it. I love it.
I do too.
We got a
So,
tap handle coming with a
oh,
big corn cob on it.
there we go.
We didn't get it yet, but he was waiting on something for it. But
So
yeah,
we're gonna make, y'all collaborated, and
we
now
did the
we're gonna.
first time. The way it happens, yeah. So we're a small system. So the last time we did it, and pretty much every collab we've done so far, we have done it at our place, and we split it. So we're small. So you take a small batch and you cut it in half. So that's what you get. So both times
Most
it
people
went,
don't know that you do a collab, and
yeah,
the two breweries split the beer.
yeah. And in some cases, we're like, if one's really small, one's really big, you just work it out. You just work it out. But in our case, we split it down the middle, and they bring some grain and some hops. It works out. And
Yeah.
so the first time we did it, it went over really well. The flavor was good, and people seemed to like it and drank it up pretty quick at both locations. So we wanted to do it again. Finally, we postponed one or two times, and we got it made. And more corn this time. Almost did some lactose, but decided not to. But anyways, more corn, more Kentucky.
Well,
Going for it.
But will it change it that much?
Yeah, we'll see.
We'll see.
We'll see.
Can't wait.
We even talked about, uh, you know, the idea of a
Natural light.
bourbon mash bill beer. So the mash bill being, in our case on this West Kentucky, it was 50% corn, and then see in our system it's pretty simple. It's about 4 bags of grain plus all the adjuncts. And that's about our size. It works out pretty good. And we can throttle it with the water on the alcohol. So in this case, it was 2 bags of corn, bag of barley, bag of wheat, and then like a half bag of oat.
Right.
That's, it's not a trade secret or anything. It just is what it is.
Yeah.
It's pretty simple. And the grain bill for like bourbon, a lot of times be like 75% corn or something like that. I found a cool PDF. It has, I don't know if they're like the actual breakdowns, but it's at least at best good estimates of popular bourbons grain bills. So 75% corn, which would would amount to about 3 bags of corn for us.
Yeah.
Maybe like a half a bag of barley. You need just a minimum amount of barley to get the enzymes so that those sugar or starches can convert to sugars. Barley, between corn, oat, wheat, barley is the only thing that naturally has the amylase enzymes to convert those starches to sugars, because all that stuff has the stuff that can be convertible sugars that turn into alcohol.
Right.
But you got to have the enzyme to convert them. So the barley's there strictly as like a facilitator.
Okay.
Yeah. And so so with bourbon, you have rye bourbons, you have wheat bourbons.
Yes.
But they all have like about 3/4 corn. And then you can kind of get it spicy with rye. You can get it kind of sweet with wheat. So making a beer off that lineup, just change nothing about it, but don't distill it.
That's an interesting idea.
Yeah. So that's kind of like the West Kentucky IPA idea. Kind of like opened up that conversation. So that would be cool. That's an idea. I don't know if it'd be worth the dang, but
You got to try it.
maybe one day.
That's a good idea, I think.
Maybe one day.
What would you call it?
Oh, beefy ale. I don't know. Buffalo Trace.
Yeah.
Wannabe ale.
Ah.
I don't know. Yeah, that's. Oh, who knows? Life Chaser IPA. I don't know.
Yeah.
What would it be?
That's an interesting idea. Y'all should try. Y'all make good beer. That's for sure.
We're trying. Man, schedules, but we're trying.
We're into the spring season for sure now, all the way in.
Full on.
Gonna go for lighter beers probably.
About to make that Maybach again.
Yeah. Lighter beer season.
About Maybach time.
What have you been up to?
Well, let's see. The last thing we did, me and Brittany went camping, and you came out and joined us a little bit.
Did? Had a drink?
We speaking of the buffalo.
Yeah.
This one was not a hike. Not a hike. We went to Pisgah Point. People will know that as the bay that the rock quarry's at. Pisgah Point, you drive down it. It's starts off paved road, but really quick. You get off on the gravel part. You go a couple miles on the gravel, and you get on back there, and you can just pull your vehicle right up and camp right next to your vehicle. So this was not a hike, but just a camp. We were walking the dog. So this was a Sunday. We were walking the dog at Mike Miller Park. We got about a quarter of the 2 mile loop that we usually do, and we're kind of talking. And like, well, we need to go camping. It's a long break. We both got some time off. Um, what day works? Tuesday. I texted you, and
Yeah.
then as I texted you, I shot you a second text. It's like, well, today's on the table, and then within 10 seconds, it was done. We
You're
we
packing.
turned around, went
Yeah.
back to the vehicle, and just started packing the camp.
Yeah,
Like, yeah, we're camping right now,
That's the best way.
right now.
A spontaneous thing.
It was great. It was one of those great. It was one of those good kind of like it was 60s, and then it was gonna low out in the 40s, but clear. Got some good pictures. I mean, for the gram.
Yeah. Good night.
Found some all kinds of wood. I mean, yeah, it was a good spot. That's a good spot, Pisco Point.
Mark that down, folks.
There's all kinds of. I mean, I don't even know the half. I don't even begin to know stuff at LBO. But between the place we camped at on our hike and Pisgah Point, those are solid camp. If I wanted to backpack, that place we went is a awesome spot.
Well, it's all the way down LBL. There's
Yeah.
great spots on both sides.
Yeah,
You just
and
gotta,
then the Pisgah Point was like ideal.
Yeah.
Drive up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's hundreds of places you can camp like that in LBL, and there's that many more if you hike. Of course, as we learned on our first hike of the season, if you want to hike a certain way, you got to pack a certain way, and if you want to, backwoods hike and camp, you got to pack it in
Mm-hmm.
and pack it out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Definitely got to pack a certain way if you're packing it in.
Yeah. And if you take your vehicle though to a campsite, you can really
You can glamp
you can
almost
glamp.
compared to.
Yeah.
So if you're listening now, you've maybe heard the last episode with Derek Stoner. We talked about our, team building exercise of a camping excursion.
Yeah.
Hiking.
I mean, you got to have it. You got to plan. And LBL is great for taking your vehicle out, taking everything you need, and setting up a tent. But it's also good for going into the backwoods, with the right gear and not roughing it. I wouldn't call it roughing it, but backwoods camping.
Yeah. And if you want to see what we're talking about, both the camping trips we've talked about are actually on YouTube. We haven't put them out on social media up to this point, but just do it on my phone. It's a real quick, messy, clean edit, but you can kind of see what the trip entails. So
I had I think 3 people contact Life Chaser this week asking about camping spots in LBL.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So as time goes on, you can probably look on YouTube or Instagram, and you can see spots, and we'll try to give the latitude and longitude of where we actually camp, and you can go check it out yourself.
Yeah. We're kind of starting to dabble in being proactive in like doing it and at least taking enough documentation to be able to share it. I mean, who knows? You play your cards right. We'll take friends. We'll take friends out there.
Sure. We've talked about that.
Yeah.
You want to get into that?
What would that be like? Paint the picture.
All right. Well,
what's like a possibility of something we could do?
I always have people ask me about hiking and camping in LBL or other places I've been. So the idea has been thrown around with Life Chaser, where you can come with us and we'll get a group together and we'll hike whatever you feel comfortable with or whatever we feel. I mean, 5 miles, 10 miles, and then we'll actually help you set up camp and we'll cook dinner.
Yeah. Eat good. Get a fire going. Eat
Have
good.
some fellowship.
Have the essentials.
Yeah.
Have a good time.
We'll give you a gear list of the basics you'll need for the hike.
Tent, sleeping bag. Be comfy.
Yeah. And
pack layers, or if it's warm, pack bug spray.
And we'll take care of the food. And we'll sit around the fire like frontier style.
Yeah. If you're listening and you want to camp, throw a message.
Yeah.
Throw a message on that social account.
Yeah. I mean, I mean, we're going to be out there
And we'll
anyways.
document it, and we'll make a video, and we'll throw it on YouTube. Why not?
We're going to be there anyways, so you might as well come with us.
Yeah.
So
I got my year pass. That first time I just did the
3-day.
I went ahead and just got the year.
Might as well.
It's on.
Yeah.
It's on.
We're going to be there. We're going to be there year round anyway.
I'm gonna.
So you go like log on to the what was it?
It was the LBL site, but I just had to kind of Google it. I did like basic camping permit LBL.
You're
Kentucky.
a lot better at that than I am. I'm more of a in person. I want to go to.
I
want to
wanted to.
the
That
old
was
lady.
a Sunday. That was a Sunday. I told her, I was like, I don't bet anyone's there today because
No.
I saw that the welcome stations opened up. I was like, I bet they're not there on a Sunday.
Yeah, I'm the type of person I want to talk to the lady.
I almost want to go in and show them my my online and be like, hey, can I get like a paper copy? Yeah. Yeah. I bet they would. Maybe.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. I wanted to do it that way, but we wanted to go that night. And they do say, you know, if we're going to be doing this and I'm going to be filming it, I want to do it by the book. Not that I wouldn't if we weren't filming it. But it says they want a couple, do it a day or two in advance. And I was doing it the day of. So I was like, well, I at least better do something.
Law and order. That's
I at least better try.
Yeah.
At least it's time stamped that I did it before I went.
For sure. Law and order, brother. That's us.
Yeah. Unless it's Roblox.
Yeah, we don't do those. Yeah, so that's an upcoming thing. We got a few.
What else we got going on, Chase? You like North Face?
Do y'all like North Face? Because North Face actually agreed to let us put our brand on their clothing. So I like North Face. I think it's a great brand. We're going to have our brand on North Face, and I've tried out North Face. I've tried out Patagonia, Mermont. I mean, Mountain Hardwear. All of them are great. But North Face has agreed to let us put our brand on their clothing. And I think North Face is a great outdoor company. And it's great. Hey, you got North Face on tonight. So you can buy North Face gear, and a lot of it is you can wear it doing stuff, or you can wear it to go eat.
Mm-hmm.
They have that capability now. Years ago, it was like more of you're going hiking or you're going climbing, and that's your gear for hiking and climbing, and it went in a storage container until you went. Now you can buy stuff and you can wear it out, or you can wear it camping, hiking, whatever you do. Brewery hopping.
What kind of stuff we looking at?
What do we got? We got hoodies coming. We got long sleeve shirts.
Women's tanks.
Beanies, hats.
Vests, right?
Vests.
Like you got on similar style.
Yeah.
Kind of puffy vest.
Yeah. We got vests coming and t-shirts.
Yeah.
Right? Is that right?
I think that covers it. Yeah.
Yeah. So those are coming.
A little limited supply of the first run, and then from there we can take some orders.
Yeah. So that's coming. That's very exciting. For us, and hopefully for you.
Yeah.
And we want you to wear our brand for sure.
Yeah.
And,
we want to wear our stuff, so we want you to want to wear our stuff.
I mean, I hope you're out there chasing life, and out there living wild and free with your family.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of families that go now after COVID. People kind of got back into the camping, and because as much as we didn't like it, the beaches were shut down and stuff. And a lot of people had campers. A lot of people said, well, I'll go to a park or whatever, or we'll go camping as a family. Now everybody kind of got that feeling back, which is great. Hopefully it'll keep on because it's good for your family and it's good for your soul.
Yeah.
We want you to wear our brand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And North Face has good stuff. So
yeah, it's quality.
Quality. It's one thing to get 300 T-shirts of whatever brand, but
yeah,
hey, I'm excited.
We've always said when we got apparel, we wanted it to be quality. We wanted something you can use.
Yeah, like you might even get it even if it didn't have our logo on it.
Right.
Type deal.
Well, now you have that opportunity for sure.
So I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah. So look for that because we're teaming up with North Face. So.
Maybe a little Carhartt. Maybe.
Yeah.
There's the potential there.
I think
figuring it out
by the winter for sure, because Monty, you, me, and most I'm a blue collar worker, and you work in blue collar, and Monty for sure is a blue collar worker. Carhartt is the backbone of blue collar worker. Apparel. There's not too much apparel out there for working in the elements that stand up,
Yeah.
and Carhartt's one of those companies that.
I've got plenty of Carhartt.
Yeah. So hopefully by the winter we're gonna have Carhartt.
I literally do have a blue collar when I'm at work.
Yeah.
I
There you
guess
go.
technically, even if
Yeah.
it's in a lab, I'm blue collar.
I wouldn't call you
I call them my prison blues, but
I wouldn't call you like a blue collar with a redneck.
I call it blue collar with baby soft hands.
Maybe soft. So that's coming, and it's exciting, and
It is.
it'll be on our website.
Deb,
www.lifechaser.com. You can also find us on Instagram and Facebook and YouTube.
that's right. TikTok.
Oh, and
We're on
TikTok.
TikTok too.
Oh, yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're on TikTok.
We've been trying to learn this TikTok thing. And
TikTok is something else.
hey, I grew up before all this, and you did too.
Hmm.
And TikTok is the next big thing.
I feel like TikTok, I mean, literally, a lot of things kind of have their time in the sun, and I feel like TikTok will not last forever. But while it's the thing,
Listen,
people are making careers overnight.
You can-
They are getting a following
you can see
overnight.
comedians on there that, like we talked about earlier, that they're funny, but they weren't anything before TikTok. Or you could learn how to make a biscuits, or you can see the crazy,
Yeah.
or the craziest shit you've ever seen in your life. You can go down rabbit holes.
I bet COVID helped that. See, Vine. What happened to Vine?
Is this-
Did it get bought out?
I don't know. I
'Cause
never got on.
It always reminded me of Vine. That's why I was like, this isn't new. We had Vine.
Never got on Vine.
I didn't either.
TikTok that's a weird. I mean, have you not ever got on TikTok? It's like I had it once when it first came out, and I was like, not me. Deleted it, and then I got it back, and then somebody will send me something, so I watch what they send me, and then 15 minutes later, I'm like,
You can literally roll out of bed.
I got stuff to do. I was like, I was on here for 15 minutes just having a
Yeah.
good time.
Oh, time disappears. You can roll out of bed, wipe the crusties from your eyes, hit record, just make your breakfast. As long as you do it at the right time of day, post the right music, maybe hit a couple right hashtags, you could have 100,000 views by lunchtime. 100,000, and let's just say you have anything that like is repeatable, you've got a following at that point.
It's crazy.
Like it could be a fluke that you popped up
It's
to that many
crazy.
people, but at the same time, it could be that many follows, and all of a sudden you're making breakfast every morning and recording it,
Right,
and
right.
then people tune in just to see you make breakfast.
Well, I'm not going to make breakfast, but I follow Life Chaser on
Right.
TikTok. I mean, we do like biscuits.
Love biscuits, dude.
We had some biscuits one time in Owensboro. Remember that? When Mile Wide.
Oh yeah, that bistro.
Oh, Mile Wide opened up a brewery. If you're ever in Owensboro,
It's
Mile Wide.
closed.
Oh, never mind.
They closed it.
Never mind.
But if you're ever in Louisville, check out My Way.
Yeah, if you're ever in Louisville, which is a great brewery, great friends of ours.
But anyways,
And-
they opened up a
Yeah, we went up
location.
there, and there's this bistro downtown by the river, and we were kind of hungry, and it was one of the only places were open that day, that early.
It's a weird day.
Yeah. We walked in, and they were kind of changing over from breakfast to lunch, and we ordered something, and we were waiting for them to make it, maybe some Phillies or something, and they had some stuff left over from
It
breakfast.
was like a stack of biscuits under a heat lamp.
And it was dark in there, but the heat lamp was like a beacon. And I kept looking at the biscuits, and they were like big biscuits. I'm talking about biscuits. And I kept looking at them, and
Your mama's mama
your
made
mama,
these kind of
mama
biscuits.
made that. And I asked the lady, I said, "Hey, what's up with those biscuits?"
Yeah. She's like,
They hooked us up.
oh, you want those?
Yeah, they hooked us up with some biscuits and gravy too.
Hooked us up.
If you're ever in Owensboro, it's kind of like a
They said
bistro.
they were just going to throw them out.
Yeah, not today. That was good.
Yeah.
Bistro downtown or riverfront, I guess.
Yeah, Owensboro. That was good Philly, too.
Cool.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. So
Times.
TikTok.
Owensboro's cool, but it's like very well developed, but sort of not populated. I don't know. It's weird. It seems like there's a lot that could go on, but those biscuits were awesome.
Man.
If only I had some Kerrygold Irish butter to slap on those
Oh,
boys.
I'm more of a growing up. We drink ate molasses. You ever had molasses and butter?
Nope. I've heard of it, but I've not.
Yeah. Granddad would always take molasses and butter, put it on a plate, mix it all up.
Yeah,
Take a biscuit of
sounds good.
cornbread.
I do
Oh,
honey and butter.
honey and butter's good.
Brittany's grandpa makes or has bees that
That's
so he
true.
harvests honey.
Yeah. Good.
So good, honey and butter.
Man,
Molasses. I imagine molasses and butter's just as good.
how'd we get to hear TikTok to here? See?
So yeah, TikTok. I mean, I'm talking about making breakfast
Yeah.
biscuits.
So
But yeah,
check us out.
TikTok.
Check us
TikTok.
out.
Yeah.
Check us out on everything.
What's crazy is the difference in like there's a video on there that's got like 20 views, and there's a video on there. There's like 3 or 4 that have 800, 900 views.
Never
Pretty
know.
pretty low effort
Yeah.
content.
Yeah.
You could like pour into making a flyer to put on Facebook and Instagram, but then you could just kind of like throw a video together,
Yeah.
and that's gonna get more attraction. It probably won't be focused attention. It's just kind of like global. People see it,
Yeah.
but that leads to stuff.
Yeah. I don't.
Facebook's more local at this point than TikTok is. TikTok, it's like 900 people. I mean, 900.
I don't.
There ain't nothing 900
No.
about anything else we do.
No. It's crazy. It's a wild world out there. Everything something pops up.
Yeah.
Like the metaverse.
Man, I'm still trying to figure out what kind of shutters I'm gonna put on my mansion in the metaverse.
I probably won't get on metaverse for a while,
I have 12 Broncos in the metaverse.
yeah. It's a wild world. TikTok.
TikTok, man. Social media, TikTok.
We've been hiking, we've been brewing beer.
It's a weird balance trying to like balance not balance, but thinking about using social media for your kind of outdoorsy minded brand.
Yeah. Yeah, we're out, what we want to be an outdoor brand, but we want people to
But we
Yeah.
kind of
hear our life.
yeah, I mean, we
But-
want to be inspirational or motivate. We want to motivate. We want to kind of
Yeah, we're
share
pretty much sharing our lives.
the peaks and valleys of
Yeah.
our lives, and also give you a window into it. Maybe make you laugh. Maybe make you
For
go
sure.
try a good beer that's
Yeah.
local. But at the same time,
I reached out to a hiker in Tennessee, and I was like, "Hey, spring's, we're in the spring, coming up in summer. Where can we go in Tennessee? We want to hike, maybe camp, hit breweries. You know, Chattanooga. You went to Chattanooga. That's a good. Asheville. That's a good. That's what we're out here chasing life. You might be doing something totally different than us, but you still have to. We want you to sort of live your life, don't get down, keep going, because that's what it's all about. Keep on, keep it on.
I mean, speaking of TikTok, what's this bad vegan account you were talking about earlier?
Oh, that I didn't. That's on Netflix.
Oh, Netflix
Yeah.
Okay, it's the
Yeah.
documentary.
The Bad Vegan.
Yeah.
Oh, every now and then you'll come across one of those documentaries that's like Wild Wild Country or what was that?
That one was crazy.
That
Yeah.
was a crazy. You start watching it, and then all of a sudden you're like, I'm going to the next episode. What was that other one that how to catch a murderer? I don't know, making a murderer. This summer they're
Yeah.
crazy, and then you got the Tiger King in the middle of COVID.
Yeah.
So I got up one Saturday morning and I was doing stuff around the house, turned Netflix on, I was going to play something, and I saw the popped up Bad Vegan. I was like, I'm not a vegan, but I got vegan friends, but I was like, what's this about? I was like, oh, all right, click it. Wow, that story. It's like, how can you haven't seen it?
Mm-mm.
Okay,
No clue what it's about.
it's about a woman that started a vegan restaurant in New York, like all raw food. I don't know much about veganism, but
Yeah.
it's all raw food, all vegan food.
No steaks, I think.
No steaks.
I think
Yeah.
that's the rule.
It looked cool. A lot of celebrities went there. very popular, small restaurant. You think of it like a cultish kind of following.
Mhm.
Long story short, she ends up getting hooked up with this dude. She starts dating this guy, and off, I don't know, kind of saw him off social media. I don't know. She ends up getting brainwashed by this guy, and she's not completely innocent, but like millions of dollars. Like he had her convinced that he can make her dog live forever, and they were gonna like they were gonna live forever. They were gonna be in this cosmic kind of thing, and she just had to keep giving him money when he wanted it, pretty
Mhm.
much.
Yeah.
Well, I'm talking like lots of money,
The dog will live
but
forever.
like between like yeah, like
And Margot's a good girl. I
I
would.
know. I'm like, hey, I'll think about it.
I mean,
But like within 2 years, he pretty much talked her into like 1.7 million, and like it got so bad that she couldn't pay payroll, and he had her like running all over the world. I don't know. You have to watch it.
mhm.
He was so brainwashed. He had her so like a con man,
Yeah. Is it kind of like the Wild Wild Country in the sense that some of the followers were just they follow regardless.
regardless.
There's no
But
thought.
this is just two people though.
Yeah.
And they got married, and it's just two people in a
The
relationship.
vegan thing playing, is
Yeah,
that a big is it just a title kind of?
yeah. Well, she owned a vegan restaurant, pretty
Gotcha.
much was the deal with the veganism. But
Gotcha.
he definitely was not a vegan. You know, she she is a very pretty woman, like
Yeah.
very attractive, and was on magazine covers and stuff like that. He was a slob,
Yeah.
and he convinced her all of this. And he was out gambling this money at casinos where he like lied to her. It was like he was in black ops in the military, some government shit. And yeah,
Huh.
it's a crazy story. How can somebody get that? They ended up catching him after it all fell apart
Yeah.
in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee,
Maybe they had a view at least.
because he ordered a pepperoni pizza and some wings, and that's how they like hit the credit card. And they had a warrant out at that time, and
Wow.
Pigeon Forge PD went in and grabbed him, and he was like,
They
he was.
intercept the pizza and then say, "Hey, let me deliver
I
it."
think he ate a little of it, but
Here's your pizza,
yeah.
you son.
But he was like 300 plus pounds when they caught him, and she looked like she. I mean, she was frail.
Yeah.
So it's crazy.
He ate both meals.
I guess, and she wasn't going to eat the pizza. I don't know.
Bad vegan.
Maybe she was a good vegan.
Sounds like she was a good vegan and he just didn't keep the options
It's one.
around.
It was one of those documentaries like Tiger King where you're like, oh, I got to see where this takes off to.
Tiger King was crazy. The way Tiger King was introduced was kind of crazy, and just if COVID had never happened, Tiger King would have still been crazy. But the
Yeah.
fact that we were just stuck, we were still doing the Brew Talk Derailed at
Yeah.
that point. I remember, and Tiger King. I think we talked about it on the Brew Talk Derailed, but you just couldn't look away.
Like this makes me feel good about myself, but I'm watching.
He's
He's still in prison.
they're making a what's the show they're making about him where there's just legitimate actors playing him now.
Oh, I don't know.
The SNL chicks playing the Carol Baskin. It's like
I don't know if I'm going to watch that.
I'm not watching. Come on.
But every now and then a documentary comes out that is like golden. It's like hit just right.
Yeah.
Tiger
Hey,
King.
that Don Wall was a good documentary.
Oh, Don Wall is
I enjoyed that. That was a good one.
Free Solo, one of my
I
favorites.
think I saw that one too. That was what I kept referencing to you.
Yeah.
Whenever I was asking you about it.
Free Solo, and there's a bunch of good documentaries out there. Jimmy Chin is, he's very involved in the hiking community, and he's a photographer out of, I guess you call him photographer out of Jackson Hole, Wyoming, and to hang off the side of a mountain,
Yeah.
document all this.
Yeah,
Wow.
my palms sweat watching stuff like that. Like even on my phone.
I know.
The videos of people like on top of buildings looking down, my palms start sweating, and it's such a bizarre feeling because there's there's the palm sweating, but then there's the awareness of my palms are sweating from a video on my phone. Like I'm experiencing something right now just from the little 7-inch
Yeah,
cross or whatever
yeah,
it is screen, and that's bizarre. I mean, that's fear of heights. That must be a legit phobia
it
if
is.
an image on the screen is triggering it.
I've always said that I think everyone, it's a human nature to have fear of heights because we can't fly.
Yeah.
I do some work, kind of high up sometimes, and it's always there, that feeling, but you kind of get it in your mind that I don't know, you get not over it, but the mind control thing.
Mm-hmm.
But to be on the side of a mountain hanging on by your fingertip, I don't. That makes me nervous too. You
I
know.
can't imagine like on the dawn wall.
No.
How many days were they up there? I don't even remember, but it was so many days.
Yeah.
It was like the better part of a month, wasn't it?
Yeah.
No, no. That's a lot of freeze dried meals,
Mm. Yeah. And
and they're being supplied water and stuff. There's no way.
I mean, somebody could rappel down. They could throw
Oh,
a
they
rope.
can.
Well,
Yeah,
throw a rope down.
yeah. Because I'm thinking like David Blaine rules.
On there's another. Trying to think of Meru. Meru. That's a documentary Jimmy Chin's in, and
Who's Jimmy Chin
the
again?
the photographer,
Okay.
videographer from Jackson Hole, and him and two other guys were the first ones to summit Meru, and they made a documentary. It took them like twice to do it, and a lot of stuff in between. And yeah, that they ran out. They ran out of food the first time. They pretty much pushed pushed it to the limit. Almost died the first time. There's a great documentaries about outdoors, extreme situations that are out there. That's one of them. Meru. Always ask people if you could do this or that. Always come up
Hit me,
with
dude.
sitting around. You could pick if you were in take the whole thing. You could pick. You had a grizzly bear. You had to fight it, survive, or whatever. Or great white shark. You were in the ocean. Now you don't have anything other than yourself, and you walk up. You're hiking in Montana, and you come up on a grizzly bear. That's pretty much a. If the grizzly wants you, he's got you. You got to fight the grizzly, or you're in the ocean, and great white or a shark. I think a great white. Great white comes up, and you have to fight him off to survive. Which one would you?
How many times do you get the answer great that they'd fight the shark?
I used to say shark.
I mean, I will say
I used to say
I
shark.
kind of had a rough viewing of the Revenant. So I'm predisposed to not want to fight that bear.
You ever
But
watch Jaws?
but what chance do you have with a shark?
Uh,
So in the shark's realm, you're the foreigner. At least on ground, you and the bear are used to the physics.
right.
I mean, obviously, I'm gonna try and fight the bear because I feel like I just have no chance with the shark. Whereas with the bear, maybe I could be quick. Maybe I could
Yeah.
and get
Yeah.
his jugular. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just real fast, real hard,
Yeah. They
or
say
die.
with a grizzly, with a brown bear or black bear, you can play dead. Maybe you can do some tricks, but with a grizzly, they say if you got the
We
sprayer,
talking about the bears in Kaler Bottoms?
there's bears in Kaler Bottoms.
Remember the first episode?
Oh yeah, yeah,
There's bears there, man.
yeah. Well, they say with a grizzly that you might as well just use everything to your disposal and start fighting. Don't play dead. Don't do anything
No,
else
I'm gonna make
because they're
I'm gonna
gonna
make a
fight.
scene. I'm gonna be the Karen of the woods.
Yeah, and I'm gonna say that if you step your foot in the ocean, if you go out there swimming, you put yourself on a different food chain.
I almost
You're at the bottom now,
I feel
kinda.
like you need to. I feel like a better question: grizzly or a lion?
Grizzly or a lion,
Yeah,
like a mountain lion.
yeah. An angry big cat. You pick the cat because a shark. I feel like there's not even a chance there. What am I gonna do? Flop around?
I'm picking the mountain lion because
Mountain lion?
maybe because I've read too many stories about grizzlies ripping camper doors open in Yellowstone and pulling people out. But I would not want to mess with a mountain lion either. But a grizzly, I think, has more capabilities of. I don't know. I'm
Dude,
picking the
there's
mountain
always the
lion.
surefire way. Kick him in the moneymaker.
Yeah, you roll
Nothing
up.
like a bear in the woods being like, "Ugh," but
Could be.
doubling over.
So you mess with that mama. You got to talk her out of it.
There's nothing to kick on the mama.
Uh-uh.
Nothing to kick
What
on the
would you
mama.
go, grizzly or mountain lion?
I think the lion, maybe.
For sure.
Yeah, but I wouldn't do the shark.
No.
I wouldn't do the shark. There's no way. What am I gonna do? Grab it by the fin and hang on?
Well, I feel like if you got the right, I don't know.
Like curl up in a ball and hope he swallows me whole, and then just go ham on his innards.
I don't know. You could poke his eyes out. You'd have a better chance because if the grizzly gets a hold of you,
It's like got to be a cartoon style with the shark. He opens his mouth and he grabs me, and I'm just like
the shark,
holding his jaw open, like the twig in Tom and Jerry or something.
the shark doesn't have arms. He can't grab you.
Yeah.
So, and we are amphibious creatures. We can't stay under the water a long time, but he can't grab you and hold you like a grizzly. You could poke his eyes.
I mean, neither can a T-Rex, but I don't want to fight
Yeah.
one of those
You
over a
stick
grizzly.
your hand up his gill or something. I don't know.
Would you rather fight a T-Rex or a grizzly? Because he can't grab you and hang on to you.
Oh,
Those little toothpicks.
I'd tear up a T-Rex.
Oh, just end him. End him
Just
right
run
there.
up his back.
Yeah, just like that.
Yeah.
Just like that.
Well, okay. So definitely fighting the grizzly
Fighting the grizzly.
and
Fighting the grizzly.
then
sure.
fighting the mountain lion.
Yeah, if we took it to round 2, the mountain lion.
Like the old UFC. Like you win,
I need to like practice if I'm going to win any of those rounds. But
it's a different feeling when we were in the Great Tetons or Grand Tetons. I didn't buy bear spray, and we drove out and probably an hour, 2 hours, parked in a parking lot, walked another 2 hours into the wilderness. I mean, we were around no one.
Yeah.
And we didn't buy bear spray, which is stupid. If you're listening to this, always buy the bear spray. Didn't have a gun, didn't have anything, maybe a knife. And I was like, we don't need no bear spray. And we're out there in bear country pretty much, and moose country and stuff. And you get inside your head when you're out in the wilderness, walking around, especially in a place you're not familiar with. Walking around there, packs on. Nothing.
That's how it happens.
I got 4 peanut butter sandwiches in this pack. I am a target.
I have a jar of honey in my bag.
And then I thought about it the whole time. I was like, looking around for, signs of bear. Yeah.
I didn't know bear lines were a thing. I saw bear food lines where you tie your food up.
That was another article I read not long ago. There was an article on, I don't know what it was, Outside or I don't know. And it said, don't use bear lines anymore. They don't do very good. And I was like, that's better than anything else.
What was the suggestion otherwise?
I don't think I read past where they didn't recommend it anymore because I was like, if you're out and
did they say instead just stay home and build back better?
Yeah, that's about it. That it all. I was like, if you're out there and you got food, and you need I knew you would do that. If you got food,
but what is the better option?
There is no better option other than don't take the food.
Taking a safe out there.
Don't take the food because what are you going to put it in the tent, or put it outside the tent or take it a mile down the trail?
Yeah.
The better option is to hang it in a tree away from your.
Yeah, unless you get like a lockbox but you're not going to pack into the woods.
But you can see articles everywhere about don't do this, don't do that.
Well, despite that article, I recently even learned that that's a thing, and of course that's a great idea. Of course, tie it up and pull it and hang it from the sky where they can't reach it and they can't really climb to it, and it's like,
yeah,
these campers.
That's the concept.
These campers.
At least they got to work for it, and you will hear them working for it, and
then you like kind of unzip the tent.
Yeah. I mean,
Not really.
I mean,
Or no,
there's been plenty of
kidding.
campers that come in contact with black bears and brown bears, but you come in contact with a grizzly, you're in a life or death situation most likely.
I was thinking about that. So if you're just in your tent, let's just say you don't have any food, no food, so that's not a thing. You're in your tent, and let's say it's like small tent. If a bear walks up and they just know that they smell you,
Mm-hmm.
they know you're there. Is a bear the kind of animal that will just rip into the tent regardless? Or if you just stay quiet, will they just roll on even if they probably smell you? How's that work?
You can read stories. Most of the time, they're going to be curious and walk through your campsite probably.
Yeah.
And most bears, brown or black bears, are not going to like rip open your tent. Grizzlies, they seem more, stories I read, they seem more aggressive, like territorial. The smaller bears kind of walk through your tent. Most of the time, if you're in the Tennessee or something, they tell you to make a bunch of noise, and the bears up there they want to get away. A grizzly is a predator.
Mm-hmm.
So, but you get a rogue bear every now and then that will maybe have a taste for blood or something. But it depends on the bear because grizzlies eat a lot of meat. So, because they're predators, I think black bears eat a lot of berries and vegetation. It depends on the bear you're,
Yeah.
depends on where you're at in the world. You come across a
Bears.
polar bear, that's about like coming across a grizzly.
Well, LBL, we don't have bears, but we have the boars.
We have the boar, but there was a bear
The
sighting.
semantical cousin of the bear. It's a
Yes,
boar.
yeah. There's been bear sightings in western Kentucky in the
Well,
last
in
few
the
years.
Kaler Bottoms, obviously.
Well, Kaler Bottom, Lyon County, and Livingston, I think, had a bear sighting a couple years ago.
Really?
The climate is changing, staying warmer longer.
Yeah.
So they're moving. They're going to move back. And Daniel Boone, they said, on the eastern side of Kentucky, he killed like 100 bears in one season. Him
Yeah.
and his son. So they used to be probably in this area.
Hmm.
Yeah, I don't want to fight one.
You said with a boar, just run up a tree, right?
That's what I would do.
Yeah.
Take any pig and throw it in the wild, it's going to become feral. That's just
Yeah.
what pigs do.
Would a pig attack on sight or would it run?
Nah, they
A
they
feral
use.
pig. I mean,
If you come up across them and there's a herd of them, they're probably going to come after you.
would they be in numbers? Probably, most likely.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and the best thing because they get those tuskers, when they go feral, and they will, I mean, slice you right open.
Man, what turns on the feral gene?
I don't know. I mean, you take a pig in your pen, and it gets out and it stays out long enough, it turns feral.
I guess what turns off the feral
That's
gene?
kind of like
What makes it not be feral
I'm
when
not
you
in a,
domesticate it?
if I'm not in a cage.
Does love turn the feral gene off, or does genetically modified corn turn the what makes a pig not be feral versus being feral?
I'm gonna be honest. I'm not the smartest
Love
guy.
and affection? I don't know. What's the ingredient here?
I don't know. I don't know, but they
Having
do.
a name.
That's what
You name it
happened.
and it won't grow tusks.
Maybe,
Babe.
babe. No, it happened in
Some pig.
in
Feral twib.
Carlisle County. They got a feral pig thing now, and there's some I think in the southern LBL. I've never heard of anyone being hurt in LBL by the pigs. But if you do come across them, if they do charge you, the best thing to do, they can't climb a tree. They can't jump. So the best thing to do is kind of scale the tree up until they do their little charge.
Best thing to do is hit it with some riddles.
Hey,
It can't problem solve.
that's right. I mean, they are smart animals, right?
I wish I had a riddle off the
And
top of
they
my head. I'd say it right
very
now, but
tasty.
I don't know one riddle I could rattle off. Rattle them. Just rattle that pig.
Yeah. I mean, if you could kill it, I mean, then you got dinner.
That's true. Probably a good dinner.
Yeah. Did
Go
you have any
go
more?
nuts out there.
Did you have any more wildlife questions for me?
Nah, I think I'm running
Stay
out.
away from snakes.
Yeah. So don't kiss the snakes on the mouth.
No.
Okay.
No.
All right. We still got Beefy here. We haven't talked about Beefy a lot lately.
There you go.
We have some? We kind of had some plans for Beefy, right?
Yeah.
And I think we still do. I think
Tell
the plan is to maybe incorporate our boy into some social media posts. So maybe by the time you hear this episode, we will start posting some stuff, some pictures. Maybe Beefy will be in the background. And, you know, right at the moment, we're kind of local. So if you're listening to this, you're probably in range of us. And if you're not, then if this applies to you, we can make stuff happen. But we might post some stuff. We might hide Beefy somewhere in a picture or something. And, if we post something on social media and maybe we'll say where's Beefy, maybe we won't say where's Beefy. But if you see Beefy in the background of a picture one day and no one said anything yet, point him out and you might get a Life Chaser patch. I don't know. I got on my hat right here. I got a patch. We might send you a patch or give you a patch next time we see you.
Yeah, we'll send you some swag or something.
Pay attention to the social media. You never know.
Absolutely.
He's good. He's a good boy. Look at him. He's basically the Buffalo Trace Buffalo.
He is.
Hey, we've forever got a pass to call him Buffalo because Buffalo Trace uses a bison.
For sure. Look for him and the social media. Hit us up.
Yeah. The only thing left on my list here is to shit on Monty.
Oh. Waited till the end. My boy. He's a good guy. I'll throw that out there at the very beginning.
We
one of my best friends.
Not to date the episode, but the Monty, as of this recording, and I will say that, as of this recording, the Monty episode is out. So we plan to follow back up on his past and his story, if you will. So
he's got a good story. He's
a good dude. Him and his wife, they get shit done.
They do. I mean, they're workers. They're at it every day.
Yep. And the only reason he's not here is just because he's getting after it. That's all there is to it.
Yep.
Ain't no reason really.
I admire that too.
Yeah. And just because I'm on swing shift and we just got to make it work when we can. So sometimes I'm sure there'll be a day where it's Monty and Chase and Cole's somewhere in a cave.
Yeah.
Crying.
Hopefully on a mountaintop on a trail somewhere.
Hopefully that and not on a night shift somewhere. But
yeah.
We're looking forward to doing Tater Day. It's the first time Tater Day will have had beer. And that's exciting. And then last year we did a Grand Rivers event. Again, if you're listening to this, it's most likely you're local. So for now, I'm assuming people know where Grand Rivers is. But
if you're not local,
if you're someone that's out of state, bear with us.
Or come in and see us,
or just come in and see us. Yeah, we want to do an event. So there's a event in Grand Rivers, Kentucky that we did last year with the Brew House, and we're gonna do it again this year, end of April. And it's like a bluegrass barbecue sort of event. The weather was not good last year, but we still pulled it out. It was a good event, and this year it's another day, I think, so it's a couple-day event. Grand Rivers is very receptive to these kind of things, and so we would like to do an event with Grand Rivers, and throwing the idea out there to Jeff at the Brew House, and we'd like to do a Life Chaser Brew House Grand Rivers, like what would it be? What K?
We'll do a 5K start.
Yeah, like something like a beer run where the Brew House is serving beer, you are running, jogging, walking. You start out, whatever, you end up with us in Grand Rivers, probably at the finish line, or just skip right to the finish line. Either way, just us, beer, maybe a live podcast on site. Who knows? But that's an idea we got.
Yeah,
it's definitely doable.
We'd like to hear back from you on that if you'd like to.
Yeah,
do
would
5K beer run.
Would anyone be interested in a 5K beer run? And we'll post it. We'll when this episode's out, we'll post about it to kind of refer to the question. We got ideas.
Yeah, we got a lot of things going on.
And if you got ideas, holler at us.
Yeah.
We'll have again, I'm saying at the time of listening at this point, because we got stuff kind of going on in the ether, but at the time that you're hearing this, we are actively in May at this point have posted, but we want to post some promotional stuff, and we'll be posting some clips, and we got like a promotional that we're gonna try to get some engagement, if you will.
Engagement.
Yeah, get you guys involved, and hear from you, get you involved, get some interaction, and also let's go on a chase together, shall
That's
we?
right. That's why we're here. We want to do life, and especially for the last 2 years, we've all been kind of confused about what life is all about now. And I know the world's still a little crazy, a lot crazy, but you still got to go out there and live life. You can't huddle up, and you still got to go out until stuff gets really crazy, where you're in survival mode. You have to go out and live,
Yeah,
because you only have so many years on this earth,
yeah,
and you never know what tomorrow's going to bring. You still have to go out. You do it now. Like I said before, it's like do it now because you don't know. I mean, thank God we were. Somebody could be listening across the pond. I don't know, but
yeah,
we were born in the greatest country that's ever came along. Still to this day, no matter what you think about what's going on, we're still in the greatest country, still in the freest country, and we're not in Ukraine, we're not in China. We're in the greatest country the world's ever seen for you to go out and chase life and for opportunities. That's what we want. I mean, I know life gets hard sometimes, and like I've always said, you got valleys and you got mountains. You don't stop in the valley, you keep going, and that's what we're about. Just like on a hike, like on a run. Monty runs a lot. I hike a lot. Cole camps a lot. But if you go out on a run or a hike or camping, say you go out on a 10-mile hike, 15-mile hike, especially when I used to run a lot, you start running about 2 miles in, you start getting pains. I mean, that's just like, oh, maybe over here, maybe in your leg. That's painful, and that's a lot like life.
mm-hmm.
Some days you have good days. Some days you got little pains. But you got to keep going because that pain will go away. I promise you. That pain will go away, or you'll just tough through it because that's part of running. That's part of hiking. That's part of camping. There's a little bit of discomfort. There's discomfort in life. You wake up, have a bad day. I promise you, there's a better day coming. There is a better day coming, and that's what we're about. That's what you know. We want to kind of share that with you that there are up and down, but keep going.
Yeah,
Got to keep on going.
and trust the process. It might not make sense maybe where you're at and what's kind of laying ahead of you, but trust me, right now, at this moment, a lot of flux in the world and my personal world, and hey, you just gotta trust it. Just ride it out,
Yeah,
trust it, and show up for duty. Do your part, show up.
yeah. I mean, like we say, run into the storm. If you got something going on in your life that I'm telling you from experience in my life, that if you turn into your problem, if you ignore a problem, it, most of the time it gets worse until you deal with it. So turn into it like the buffalo, the American bison or buffalo. Yeah, turn into it and like a buffalo does into the
Buffalo said that.
to a blizzard, and put your head down and deal with the problem. And it's most of the time it's not as bad as you thought. So turn into it,
Yeah,
and you'll get through that storm faster.
yeah,
Turn into the storm, and then on the good days, live wild and free.
yeah.
I mean,
Live
be a
wild and
good
free.
person. Be a good person, but live wild and free. If you want to go hiking, you want to do this, go that, go do it. Don't sit there on the couch. Don't worry about what other people think. Get out there and have some experiences. Make some memories. Take your family out. Take your kids out. Get outside
Yeah,
and
and
buy a Life Chaser shirt
and yeah,
and hoodie to do it.
yeah. Do it looking fly.
Yeah,
What are you doing if you don't look fly?
right. That's me.
Yeah,
You
you
got
got it.
anything else, Cole?
Yeah, you
Got
did a
any?
good job. I'd say that was a good job.
Yeah,
Yeah. Well, maybe next time we'll have one or two more guests.
yeah. We got some guests lined up. So,
We're dialing in our studio, getting it nice and sexified for everybody.
yeah,
Got a little green
we
and
want to thank our producer.
yeah, for sure,
Man,
Brian. Hyperactive audio.
Hyperactive
Hyperactive audio.
They're great to us. And look them up on Facebook.
Getting busier every day, so book now, baby.
Yeah. Until next time, live wild and free.
Live wild and free, baby.
Hey, keep your head up.
You know what's next.
figure out